Dodona Manor was the residence of George and Catherine Marshall from about 1942 through 1949. George Marshall was significant in so many ways. He's primarily associated with his role as being Army Chief of Staff and the Allied victory of World War II, and of course the Marshall Plan.
He later became Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, President of the American Red Cross, as well as President Truman's Special Emissary to China.
It's a beautiful home. It was originally built in 1801, was added to after that. The house was developed into a setting that is very comfortable, that exudes warmth.
Leesburg was the place that General Marshall came to get away from the hubbub of Washington.
When you're driving in, there's an immediate sensation of this being a very private place and in some ways still a sanctuary. Certainly it was a place that was visited by very important people, including Presidential Advisor Bernard Baruch. President Truman would often come and bring his family out here as well, President Eisenhower.
Throughout the house you'll hear stories about how they lived in the house, the infamous telephone where he kept getting calls from President Truman to come and do this and that even though he wanted to retire. It's furnished in the way that it would have been in the 1950s when the Marshalls lived here. People come through and they look at the kitchen and everyone sort of comments, oh, my mother or my grandmother or someone had a kitchen just like this. The TV set in the den is a great favorite with children because they can't believe that anything that small could be a TV set. So people identify with it on a very real basis.
I think with the incredible array of historical attractions that Virginia has to offer, Dodona Manor stands out because amid all of the colonial and Civil War attractions, we are a very notable and I think fascinating visit in the World War II era of Virginia history.